evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Chubby Gourmet, and I am Richard, the Chubby Gourmet. We're doing something a little bit different tonight. We're going on a little field trip to a special restaurant in New York City, and what makes it so special is that it is only one of 8 restaurants in the United States that are licensed and authorized and allowed to serve authentic Japanese Kobe beef. And if it's a little loud in here, and the reason I'm shouting a bit is because the window's broken in the back, so it'll get quieter in New York. Let me describe a little bit of what Kobe beef is all about. Kobe beef is a type of Wagyu, and what is Wagyu? Wagyu simply means Japanese beef. And the Japanese are very strict on grading beef. Like Wagyu goes from A1 to A5 grade. Kobe is a special breed, Tajima breed of Japanese black cattle. It's a very rare cattle, actually, which lends to its expensive price tag. And what it's known for is its intense marbling and the delicacy that marbling, that fat, really is. The animal's genetically designed so that the fat has a very low melting point. You literally put the meat on your tongue and the fat starts to melt. It's a delicacy. And we're going to get to enjoy some this evening. And hopefully I'll introduce everyone to this restaurant. You can see what Kobe beef really looks like, and we'll have a grand old time. Live from New York, it's the 212 Steakhouse. I'll get a Bombay Sapphire with wine. And
tonic? No tonic?
Oh, definitely some tonic, yeah. And what would you like, Emily?
I'll have what he's having.
She'll also have a Bombay.
I have no idea what that is, so.
It's a type of gin.
Oh.
And a little history for everybody. Gin and tonic, where did that come from? When the British so comfortably moved into India, and they were all catching malaria, they were making gin and tonics. Tonic contains quinine, which relieves your cold symptoms. And the gin, well, gin is alcohol, needless to say, that makes everything better. So a gin and tonic, the Bombay Sapphire, which I asked for, is a very sharper, stronger alcohol content than other gins, actually. So I specifically asked for a Bombay Sapphire and tonic for my gin and tonic.
Wow, you have serious equipment to have.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, she doesn't fool around,
Not at all.
as it were.
Not at all.
It's actually probably the most elaborate one I've seen of late.
So I'm on the right page?
Yes.
You fit right in.
Fit right in.
So we just sat down here at the famous 212 Steakhouse, and we're enjoying, speaking of gin and tonics, here are our gin and tonics. Cheers. Oh, nice and stiff too.
It's good. I like it.
Wow, that's a pleasant surprise. They are very generous on the alcohol in this restaurant. And I like that. It's a great sign. We're off to a wonderful start. Now, what did we come here for again?
I don't know.
Oh, by the way, I ordered a Shiraz. I don't know if you're into wines, per se. You're familiar with Shiraz as a red wine. It's more peppery, sharper, very fruity. It's like a stronger red wine,
Okay.
flavor-wise,
I
not
don't think I've heard of that
alcohol-wise.
one particularly, which is weird because if it has alcohol in it, I like it. So I don't know why.
A girl after my own heart. We should hang out more.
Yeah, definitely.
I just wanted something that would go well with the beef without overpowering it.
Right.
And that's why a lot of what he was recommending, besides the Shiraz, has a very strong fruity punch to it,
Oh, that's good.
which goes, I think, well with the fat in a Kobe beef.
Gotta love some fat.
Fat's a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm the Chubby Gourmet. So what they do have here, you can order a sampler, which I would recommend.
Okay.
For some reason, I keep winding up on the alcohol page. What does that say?
It's a sign.
Fluffy on the inside, nice crispy on top with the rosemary flavor. Well done.
I agree.
So what I was thinking is we get a couple of appetizers just to get the juices flowing.
Do you like octopus?
I like octopus. I don't
It's
know.
one of the best appetizers. We also have burrata, just yesterday arrived from Italy.
Octopus is good. We'll definitely get an order of the grilled octopus.
Okay.
You said the burrata. Let's get one order of that too, please. So I guess we'll each have
Coffee tasting.
Yes,
Would you
sir.
like it cooked medium rare, like we recommend?
always medium rare with beef.
Same amount. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Is the truffled mash? Is that like mashed potato?
With a dash of truffle.
I will do that.
Oh, actually, I had that last time. Can I switch my whole potato for that?
Okay. Truffle mash. Okay.
Yeah, so 2 truffled mashed for our sides.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't like sweet potato. So when you say sweet potato, I'm like, ugh, gross. I don't,
Good thing we didn't get it.
Yeah, I don't dislike many foods.
I hate Brussels sprouts.
Really?
And Mom, you know this. I detest your Brussels sprouts. I hate them. Get them away from me. I knew a fellow who was a captain in the Navy.
Okay.
And he says somehow, some way, the U.S. Navy must have a direct line to Brussels sprouts because they're on the menus every day. So the crew
That's
calls,
horrible.
they call them little green balls of death.
They are.
So I am not a Brussels sprouts guy. To me, they're very cabbagey.
Yes.
Concentration
They're
of that
tiny
cabbage.
cabbages.
Literally. Yeah, and I'm like, oh.
So like I'm right there with you. I understand why people don't like Brussels sprouts, but if you cook them right, which means you have to make them super crispy and you have to put bacon all over them and probably some sort of honey or honey sriracha maybe.
Well, everything's better with bacon.
Perfect.
Okay, our appetizers just came in. We got some grilled octopus with a lot of chopped red onions, which is a beautiful thing. I see some olives in there as well. And we got the burrata or bruschetta?
I have no idea. Burrata?
Burrata, yeah.
Burrata.
That sounds good. Burrata for the appetizer too. We didn't want to overdo it with appetizers and ruin the beef moment. There you go.
sir.
You are welcome. Okay. Wow. That is the most tender octopus I've ever had. Literally, I'm not exaggerating.
Wow.
Ever. I know all the little tricks to make octopus tender, but this is like beyond tender.
All right, I'm about to try the octopus.
Let me make some room for you. See, I told you I'd take up space.
It smells good.
Yeah, it's really good. Is
Oh
that
my
like
God.
super crazy tender?
I feel like I'm eating steak.
Steak?
Yeah.
To me, it's like a piece of mozzarella. The
That's
first
so
piece
good.
I ate, I actually was like, is there mozzarella in this?
Mm-hmm.
It's like crazy.
I love it.
It's amazing.
Every time I've had octopus, it's kind of like rubbery. This is not rubbery at all. This
Well,
is
you know what the trick is?
What?
Boil it, I kid you not, with a cork. Makes it tender. Not this tender. I don't know what they did for this. What I particularly like too, besides the incredibly insane tenderness, is the char around the suction cups. I don't think it's called a suction cup in biology, but to me it's a suction cup. Yeah, each little suction cup is charred. Adds that extra level of flavor to it.
Everything's so subtle, but so pow.
The way it all comes together.
It looks like chicken.
Yes. The joke's on us. It really is chicken.
Just kidding, it's chicken. That was the best octopus I've ever had.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
I've only had it a couple times in my life, but that was the best time.
One of his little suction cups from his tentacle.
It's a good tentacle.
Did I tell you about the time I ate a live octopus? I had a live octopus in Singapore. And each of the little suction cups, they work independently of each other.
Yeah.
So he's turning them all on and off asynchronously. And at first, I know he's an invertebrate. I thought he had bones. I felt something pinching my cheek like I ate a needle.
Oh yeah, you did tell me this, but it was just the suction cups.
There was a suction cup pinching so hard to my gum and my tongue. Like, well, wow, that's not very pleasant.
Some people like pain.
Give you some vegetales.
So what is this exactly? It's like mozzarella?
Good question. I knew you'd ask eventually. I thought I'd play it cool.
So what am I eating? I don't know.
It's like an Italian version of creme fraiche. French heavy cream, basically.
Oh,
But it is cheesy.
it is.
It's like a ricotta. But it's soft ricotta on the inside and kind of hard
Yeah.
on the outside.
It reminds me of buffalo cheese when I tried that in Italy.
Ah,
What's on top of it? Is that fish eggs?
I thought it was caviar at
Yeah.
first. I didn't serve myself any, though. I said, it looks expensive. Let me give it to M.
After I eat them, I still don't know what they are, but they're good.
No, it's some type of fruit.
Oh,
They're sweet.
it's really good.
But the octopus was definitely a surprise.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't expecting that.
that was good.
Well, we've got our Kobe beef. I will tell you what we've got here. Tenderloin, strip, and ribeye. And out of beef, and I'm sure all you beef lovers will agree with me, because I love the ribeye the most, I'm going to cut a piece of the ribeye. You can already see all that marbling in the beef, which is what Kobe is known for. And I'm going to take a little piece. And literally, as I said, the beef is melting in my mouth, literally. Slight salt, pepper seasoning, not overdone, doesn't need it. I ordered it medium rare, which is the ideal way, theoretically speaking, and practically speaking, to order beef. Isn't that awesome?
Very rich.
Well, look at all the fat that's on there.
Yeah.
That's what's making Kobe beef so famous and popular and expensive. Oh. I can smell the garlic from here.
Oh yeah, it's truffle.
Truffle, rather, yes.
It's kind of like garlic, but
Truffle is like your entire spice cabinet.
yeah. Very strong.
And earthy.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't had Japanese beef and you first see this, you might be put off with all the fat. But in Japan, that's the delicacy.
With that, which is funny because that's what I love about steak.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And this is like a lot.
Big time. By the time you make it to the tenderloin, it should be less fatty. The ribeye is the most fatty. In fact, I think I'll counter that and just jump over the strip right to the tenderloin. You can tell there's still fat content in there, much less than a ribeye would have, as expected. Same flavor, same type of beef, less fat, as expected. But I could definitely, less fat, I can taste more of the beef itself. And you can see the difference, or taste the difference rather, between American beef and Japanese beef in that. At first, I thought you were going to feed me. This will get a lot of comments in the comments section. If I was the executive chef of a restaurant, you would not find filet mignon anywhere on my menu at all. Because if I'm serving beef, I want the beef flavor more than anything. So ribeye, definitely. Strip is just a little less fatty version of ribeye. Those will be on the menu. Filet mignon, you would not find on my menu. It's just a tender piece of lean meat, basically.
Right.
But Kobe, there's enough fat in there still. And it has that Japanese beef flavor to it, which I like. I mean, how often do I eat Japanese beef, right? Never.
So why do you think filet mignon is so popular?
In America, they like the tenderness. Low fat. And then people just throw a bunch of ketchup and not ketchup, well, some do.
I do like tender beef. I enjoy tender beef.
Oh yeah, but the ribeye, because of where it's located on the animal, it's a working section. So you've got more of that beef flavor imbued in the meat. So if you like meat, now ribeye's not my favorite cut. I always go with a New York strip because I get the flavor a little less marbling. Because like I said before about the fat in American beef is nothing to jump for joy about. Not like the Japanese beef or especially Kobe, the fat is the delicacy.
Right. What part of the animal is New York strip?
It's actually near the rib as well.
Oh.
It's just leaner, little less fat in it, where they cut it from. Sometimes a ribeye can be like so marbled that it kind of takes the fun out of chewing it. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We're not playing games.
Wow,
I
that
buy wines for this place.
definitely more of a punch than the Chilean or Australian Shiraz.
And it's
That's
very
a good
rounded,
thing.
and it's very soft at the end. Let it breathe a little bit.
The French, I never thought of having a French Shiraz. I mean, I'm not a wine expert by any stretch of the imagination, but normally a Shiraz comes from like Southern Hemisphere, Australia, Chile, those areas. I just never thought of a French Shiraz, and sure enough, it's all like the peppery and fruity flavors that you taste. They hit hard, but then they kind of mellow out right away.
Yeah.
They don't linger forever. So you enjoy it, and then you're ready for the next whatever it is you put in your mouth, so to speak.
Whatever it is.
It's a personal thing.
Now he just said something interesting. He said it all comes from France.
I'm pretty sure Shiraz is actually a city in Iran, and that's where it was named after. A lot of things were invented, before it was Iran, it was Persia, the Persian Empire. I could have sworn, see, wine goes back to ancient times, before there was a France. I'm pretty sure Shiraz in particular is named Shiraz because it comes from Shiraz, Iran. I'm pretty sure of that.
Where'd you learn that from?
I'm just a well-educated kind of guy.
You seem like it. You have a lot of fun facts.
like Cliff on Cheers. Well, we just had a delicious, very filling meal. We ate a ton of Kobe beef. We had some delicious appetizers, some of the best octopus, which I never would have expected at a Kobe beef steakhouse. Honestly, it was like, make the trip to New York just for the octopus. Okay, I'm gonna go there. I'm just gonna say it. It was that freaking good. Now we're having our dessert. We've got some tiramisu with some fancy mint leaves on top. Nice, very fluffy texture, as tiramisu should be. Very light, not too sweet. Very heavy coffee flavor to it, which is a very good touch, actually. Very good tiramisu. I like that it's not too sweet, and I like the heavy coffee flavor.
So light, I feel like I didn't even eat anything.
It's a good excuse to ignore all the calories, right?
Strawberry?
No, thank you.
Strawberry.
I don't like strawberries. Yes, I said it. I do not like strawberries. What are you going to do about it? I like the flavor of strawberries. I don't like the little seeds.
True. I get that.
If they make a seedless strawberry, I'll love it. Well, that does it. We devoured the tiramisu. Had an awesome experience. The staff here is awesome. The food is awesome. Everything is awesome. Highly recommend the 212 Steakhouse in New York City. I'll have the address for your convenience below as well in the comment section. Remember to like and subscribe. Hasta lasagna.